Hello, this is Mrs. Neubauer, and let's work on our penmanship. Say, Alicia, your handwriting looks a lot like your father's. Well, miss, I used his pen. I feel like my job. All right, our lesson goal number 5 is to write the letters we're going to add to our circle siblings of D, G, Q, and P. So remember, siblings from our last lesson had the O in common, the shape, and these ones have the O as well. So before we get started, make sure you're giving me L. Your ears are nice and straight lined up with your shoulders, your back straight, arms are ready, and let's do some warm up. All right, so we're just going to warm up with some curves today. So we're going to do the up, over curves, over curves, over curves. All right, and then just do some small over curves. Good. Let's do some under curves, under curves, under curves, under curves, and some small ones. All right, warming up those finger muscles, hand muscles, and the last one, let's do a compound curve, up and down, up and down, up and down. Good, and some small ones. Okay. And you're welcome to print off number 2 or number 3, the warm-ups or the basic letter strokes and curves too, to warm up. Okay, so D, G, P, and Q. They definitely look a lot like our last lesson, number 4. So if you recall, with our O, we kind of came up, and then we kind of went back around and did that O. That's what we're going to do for our D, but this time we have to lift our pen. So remember I said you don't lift your pen often, only once or twice. This letter we lift our pen. So you come all the way to the top and come straight down and do that under curve. All right, now we have our G. G is going to be the same. It's going to start off with that front, come back around in the circle. This time it's going to go straight down and do a loop all the way to the top. Why it's a sibling, it almost looks alike, but they're not quite. All right, our Q is the same, just like our letter A. And then we go straight down. There's our vertical line, curve it back up, and then curve it out. So it's kind of like an opposite loop, but still kind of like a loop. All right, and P is a little bit different. We're still going to have it be our circle sibling. You're going to curve up and go straight down. So we're going to lift our pen. Another time we lift our pen and just curve it around, come back, and then go back up. Okay, so I think you guys will be up for the challenge. I think I'm ready for the challenge too. So I'm going to switch cameras over and we can start practicing. Okay, so if you haven't already, make sure you have number 5, circle siblings 2. This is going to be our lowercase letters of D, G, Q, and P. So just like we've been doing, trace over the letters by staying in the lines and then try them on your own. So I create all my worksheets so that way they're created by hand and not the computer. Make sure you're giving me L and make sure you're holding your pen correctly like a tripod, like a little triangle. Okay, so let's just do the 3 strokes that connect to make the letter. So we're going to go up just like we've been doing with our circle siblings. Come down a little bit, come back around, do your circle. This time we have to lift our pen all the way top, and so we have a straight line and then a curve at the bottom. Okay, so let's try 4. Trace them with me as we go. Kind of curve up. As we stop, don't lift your pen. You're going to go back on your line, create your circle, go all the way up. Now this time you have to lift your pen, go all the way up. Curve as you come down, touch that bottom line. Good, so nice, slow, and controlled, creating that muscle memory. Curve, touch, come back down and around. All right, we lift our pen, and then what you can do is you're going to trace it all the way to the top and down. Now once we don't have mine to practice, I'll show you what you have to do. All right, curve, come back down and around, touch, all the way to the top. Straight line down, touch the side of that D and curve it back. All right, last one. Almost like an A, but you have to lift it up and do that straight line to do the back of your D. Okay, so now we're ready for our own. You've practiced this curving up, coming back, coming down just a little bit, come back. All right, create your circle. And you just trace your line all the way to the top. You get used to touching it and coming back. You don't want to have like too much space in between, so that's kind of nice. Once you practice and practice and practice your D's, you'll get so used to it you don't even realize you do it that way. So when you stop, just kind of trace your pen to the top, come back straight down through, and curve it to the end. Okay, so you have room there for maybe 3 more. Maybe you can fit 4, probably just 3. So you can continue on and pause the video, otherwise I'm going to do the next letter. Okay, so now we have G. G's the same way. We have our curve and come up, touch. We're going to go back without letting go, but just because I have them separated, you're going to have to pick your pen up. Without letting go, you're going to go down, touch the bottom curve to the left. Remember, we can have our curves to the left and curves to the right. There's our curve to the left. All right, letter G. G as in gecko. All right, so just like the letter A, the letter D, all have that same 2 strokes, but this time it's going to go straight down. Don't pick up your pen, curve it to the left. And then when you get to that baseline, that's when you want to cross. You don't want to cross too far down or too far up, right at that baseline. Makes a nice letter G. All right. And keep going. Oh, G isn't going. I really didn't mean to say that. I just need a little drink of water. Okay, we got our G. Doing a good job. Okay, that one I did on purpose. G. Keep going. Good. You got this. All right, so when you get to the last trace, you're going to slow it down and try it on your own. So just like your A, just like your D, starting off. Actually, your C and your O also had that, but this time you got to curve it back. And then sometimes you can, you don't have to go back to the baseline. Some if it stops below, you can just go straight down. Curve. And the nice thing about cursive is it's not going to look like you're creating each one exactly replicated. Your handwriting kind of changes a little bit. It's kind of impossible to do the letter mirror and mirror and mirror, exact copy each time. Okay, so you still have some room. You're going to continue your G's. You want to pause the video. Otherwise, we have our Q. So Q's the same as your A, your D, your G. You come up, do your curve. You're without lifting, and you go back. And then this time, just like the G, you go down. Instead of curving to the left, you curve to the right. You touch the baseline, and then you have that exit stroke. So actually, there's another one there. That would be number 4. But because we connected it, that's why I had it like that. Okay, so just like your last letter, let's do G. So we're just like we're starting G, and go straight down, and then you're going to curve it to the right, touch the baseline, and then do your exit curve, and like you're going to connect to the next letter. Okay, this is these are definitely challenging letters, cursive. Hopefully, I wish I could see your papers. Hopefully you're doing a great job. Not too quick. Just kidding. There's my pen. Q for quick. Okay, so 2 more. Creating that muscle memory by tracing mine. try some on your own. Good. Okay, so once you get to your own, just like we've practiced on a lot of letters, our circle siblings, curve it up, don't let go, curve back around, do your circle. When you touch, you go straight down just like the G, but now you're going to curve it to the right to make your Q. Q, and then exit stroke. You don't write Q very often, but it's still good to be able to write your Qs. Good. So continue on. You can pause the video, otherwise we will do our last letter of the day, P. So P, it's a different kind of stroke. It's kind of like a curve, a big curve going up. Straight vertical line down. You got this, just like when we were printing. And this time, just like when we printed our P, you start kind of at that spot, do your circle around, and then the last stroke is to go out with the curve. In with the curve, out with the curve. All right, let's practice. So straight up, curve up, straight down, touch the line. We're gonna go back, curve it around. Without letting go, you're gonna go back out with the curve, in with the curve, out with the curve. So another letter where you pick up your pen. So D, we picked up our pen, now our P, we pick up our pen. So you don't pick it up very often, but only a few letters. Okay, 2 more P's left. Okay. You don't know if you can hear, but the neighbor dogs are barking. I think they're playing or something. So if you're wondering what that is, I don't know if the microphone's picking it up, but just in case, got lots of happy dogs today. Okay. Curve coming back and curve out. All right, last challenging letter of the day. Let's try it. I'm gonna curve, go up, straight vertical line down. Lift your pen and curve kind of towards the bottom. Do your circle and don't lift your pen. Curve it back out. Okay, so you're going to finish your row just like we've done. And then I have your connecting letters. So you're going to try your D's, you're going to try your G's, continue on, your Q's, your P's, and then the last row is the most challenging. You're going to do them all together. D, G, Q, P. D, G, Q, P. Okay, so that's your practice for today, is to finish up your number 5 sheet. If you feel like you need more, then let's do another copy and continue to practice. Okay, so I feel like we accomplished our goal of learning some more letters, the circle siblings 2 of the letter D, G, Q, and P. So that's all for our circle siblings. We're going to move on to more of undercurve letters. They're more related to each other. Okay, so remember to keep practicing and progress over perfection. Have a good day.